What was your reaction to it?
I mean, she had 2 of them last game as well. So, I mean, my face always like when she blocked, like, it don't matter. Like, I could be running transition with my man, and if I see Ryan running, I just stop because I know she about to block it. So I just know. But my face always like, go.
Can't wait to see this footage later. Man, what a performance by my team. I think our athletes did an incredible job this season. I'm extremely proud of the way they first came out tonight, but the way that they've persevered all year. Incredibly proud. This season was not an easy season, but I think throughout this season, our character really prevailed throughout. We could have folded plenty of times throughout our season, especially with all the injuries that we occurred. But this team kept fighting, kept plugging. I think tonight was a pure example of the tenacity of this team. So I'm extremely proud of them for that. Obviously we have a core group who has been with us, and I think they were out there and they played their behinds off. So again, this was not an easy year for us. I think collectively, at the end of the day, we didn't get the job done. But I'm really proud of the character that we showed and how we persevered throughout this season.
Coach, really nice season.
Thank you, Doug.
The way that Allisha and Ryan played tonight, I mean, you probably expected that, but just how they got you off to that great start, the great block by Ryan in the third quarter, and how they tried to help you at the end. Can you talk about what they did to get you to try have a chance to win tonight?
Yeah, I think, in these moments, your stars have to show up. And I think that's exactly what they did. If you want to have a shot at, taking down the crown, right? New York's #1 team in the league for a reason. So if you want to have a shot, you got to have your stars show up. And I think tonight, both of them came ready to play. I think they took to heart the last game and how physical New York was with them and really put on a show tonight. So again, proud, just super proud as a coach with the performance that they displayed all year and the perseverance and the character.
Coach, congratulations on the season that you had.
You.
When you look at this group of the 5-person starting lineup by net rating, you guys are among the best in the league when that group was together. I wonder whether you think this is a group that's prepared to contend for a championship, or if you think there's more that needs to be done ahead of next year to get this team where it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that, to be honest. I'm not focused on that at this moment. That's talks for, in the off season. We've had time to really reflect on this season right now. Again, I'm just a proud coach because I know for our players, for our staff, that it just wasn't an easy season for us. You go in expecting you're going to have, what you're going to have, and you don't have that, and you have to figure it out. You have to figure out a way. And I think we did that. I really do. I think we did that. I don't think our record was indicative of who we are as a team. I think we figured out a way, and we got ourselves here. No moral victories. We came up short. We didn't get the job done. But there's so many wins that came up out of this year for us. And, we got to look at those. We got to look at those dubs that we got throughout the year in a different capacity.
Can I just ask you related to that? What's your most favorite small W along the way to this year?
That they didn't quit. Like, I think it would have been very easy to quit. I really do. You know what I mean? And those athletes just didn't quit. They refused to die. You know what I mean? And so to me, that's the biggest victory that we got out of this year. Thank you.
Tanisha, for New York, Sabrina Ionescu had, I believe it was 36 points.
Yeah.
You helped coach her during USAB, I know, through the camps and then the Olympics. I'm just curious, she got a lot of looks going downhill.
Yeah.
How has she been able to really alter her game to be successful in ways to,
I think Sab is somebody who you can tell has put in work in terms of getting better. She's done an amazing job of not just focusing on taking threes, trying to build a different package, being somebody who's a 3-level scorer at the rim, mid-range, as well as behind the arc. Excuse me. And I think she came into the season, and honestly, I think she was one of the best guards leading up to the Olympic break. She was one of the best guards in our league. I'm shocked that she wasn't first team, to be honest, with her play this year. So she's just somebody who's gotten better over her time in the W, and kudos to her for putting in that work and understanding this is the best league in the world. You got to stay hungry, you know what I mean, in this league, and you got to continue to add and you got to continue to get better. And she's done that.
Coach, right here. This is another year where you had to work with Allisha, and you see how she performed tonight, and just your thoughts of just coaching her and how she just represents that competitor that you want to have and that type of player that you want a part of your whole franchise.
Yeah, I think when we went out and got Leash, you know, this is who we thought Leash was and what she could be in terms of a player. But more importantly than that, Leash is an amazing kid. I don't call her, I mean, I call her a kid, but she's an adult, but she's just an amazing person. Alicia's somebody who shows up every day with a smile on her face, regardless of the situation, likes to have a good time and, you know, keeps things light and bright for everybody. But when we got her, we thought that this is what we would get. And she's definitely lived up to that.
Hey, Coach. Sorry it didn't go your way tonight. Congrats on the season nonetheless.
Appreciate that.
Through a trying year where there were issues that were far beyond your control, where would you say you personally grew most as a coach and perhaps as a human being as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, most as a coach, having to adjust and adapt on the fly. You know what I mean? Again, when you go into an off season, you believe you're going to have these type of pieces and you're going to play this type of way. I think I very soon had to figure out different things to do, different ways to play, different style of play. And I had to adapt and adjust. And I would say that was probably my biggest growth throughout the season. And just having a next play mentality. I think, you know, that's something that we preach to our players. And I really had to live that because of our situation. But the opportunity, obviously, to go to the Olympics and learn from other great coaches was really a great opportunity and really special for me as I continue to grow. You know, I just finished my third year and I'm young in terms of being a head coach. And so there's still opportunity for growth there as well for me. And so I look forward looking into this season and, you know, looking back at that and figuring out the ways that I need to get better as a coach so that I can be more useful and effective for our players for sure. Yep. Thank you.
In the middle. You know, Tina has gone through so much throughout her WNBA career and was so important to you guys, you know, throughout this season. I guess, did she have any message for, you know, any teammates in the locker room? And I guess one more time now that the season is over, just can you reflect on what she has meant for this group?
I think her message all year is just take advantage of your opportunities, not to take anything for granted, and understand how special of a group that we have. I think she said that, she's been saying that all year. And so that, you know, that was her message at the end too. Like, you know, enjoy this time. This is the best time of your years, and don't take it for granted. And so I think, you know, her experience has led her to understand like how important these years are and how special. You don't get them back. You know what I mean? So enjoy them while you can.
We'll go to one on Zoom. Go ahead, Megan.
Yeah, hey coach. First of all, congratulations on just a heck of a season and going through all the roller coasters. Obviously, we've been there with them, with you. Yeah, of course. But wanted to ask you about your bench. I know that they have stepped up throughout the year with given the injuries, but I know that they probably may not get as much shine as they probably should have for the way that they stepped up. But can you just speak to what you saw from them this season?
Yeah, all year I think we've said it, like we had to have a next man up mentality, and they've definitely taken to that and understood. I guess you could say understood the assignment because all year they've stepped up and just kind of plug and play. And you know there wasn't always consistency in minutes and different things like that, but it didn't matter. I think they showed up. You know, us as coaches, we showed up every single day, and they showed up every single day with smiles on their faces, and got through and fought through the heart of this season. But our bench has really been a spark. You know, it didn't matter who. You know, it wasn't always the same person every single time. And so I just think that that's a special thing to do because it's not an easy thing to do, especially if there's not consistency in your minutes or play or something like that. So again, just kudos to our bench, but also to our team for, again, just never giving up and never quitting. So I'm just super proud of them. I really am. Like, I know that this year wasn't hard for any of them. And they still showed up every single night, every single day, every single practice, every single shoot around, and gave us what they gave us.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Can I get that?
Allisha, Rhyne, congratulations to you both on the season that you had. Just kind of want each of you to reflect, if you could. This is a team that this 5-person starting lineup by net rating was among the best in the league. It was getting the 5 of you guys together that was elusive for a lot of the season due to injuries. If you could just each talk about how good you think this team is and how much distance you think there is still between where you are and to be championship contenders next year.
I mean, it's good. I mean, we battled a lot of adversity this season. We didn't really get our whole 5 together until like after Olympic break towards the last couple games season. So we still was trying to build chemistry and stuff. But once we was all able to be out together, I mean, I enjoyed every last minute of it. And we just take this and build on next season. Lord willing, we all be healthy going into the season, be able to play a whole season, put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, she said it. Post-Olympic break was the most fun that we had, and you could clearly see that we enjoyed being together. We enjoyed coming out and fighting with each other every game. We obviously wish it would have happened sooner. Maybe the outcome of our season would have been different, but we battled a lot, and we're proud of what we've done so far. We're proud of how far we came from the beginning to now. But like she said, God willing, next year is better.
Just what was the difference down the stretch when you guys were going back and forth and they made a little run, I think with about 4.5 minutes left to sort of put some distance? Were they doing anything differently in that last little stretch there? And Ryan, that block you had was insane. Just did you take a second to enjoy it? I know you had to go back. I think you hit a basket the other end and hit a 3, but did you get a smile out of that block shot at all?
I did. We actually just watched it, 1 or 4 or 5 times just now before we came in here. But I don't think it was anything that they did different. Like, that's the number 1 team. They're gonna do some things. They're not just gonna lay down. But I thought we fought pretty hard. We laid it out there. Coach told us not to go home with any regrets, and I don't think anybody would be doing that.
You talked about the starting 5 not really being together until, post-Olympics. What did you guys learn about yourselves as anything as a group for that closing stretch of the season to make it into the playoffs and something you can take into next season?
Oh, we're definitely a fun group. We didn't have any drama, like no problems, anything. Like, every day was a joy coming in to work. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I mean, everybody got along great. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, it's because very, with a lot of women, it's drama and stuff. So it's just cool, like being in a locker room and it's like no drama and it's fun.
For either of you, I'm just curious what Tina Charles has meant to both of you, to the team, to the locker room, and overall to the 2024 Atlanta Dream.
I mean, that's Tina Charles. Like, when you look back at this team, you're gonna see her at the head. Just coming in for us, being a vet, having that experience, doing things that we want to accomplish, and just being able to feed off of her confidence. We know what she's done in this league. Like, she's obviously cemented. She's done great things. And so every time she comes out and approaches the game, the way she approaches the game, it just feeds into everybody else.
Go ahead, Benny.
Leash, just going back to Ryan's block, have you ever seen her have a block like that before? What was your reaction to it?
I mean, she had 2 of them last game as well. So, I mean, my face always like, when she blocked, like, it don't matter. Like, I could be running transition with my man, and if I see Ryan running, I just stop because I know she about to block it. So I just know. But my face is always like,
oh, I can't wait to see this later.
Go ahead.
Hey, Allisha. Hey, Ryan. Coach Wright was just talking about a lot, and you guys have brought up some of the adversity that you guys have faced this season. How have the 2 of you, as leaders of this team, leaned on each other through some of these lineup changes and the challenges?
Well, we both like have confidence in each other. I mean, whenever either one of us is slacking, we always pick each other up. I know Rye, I just know from speaking for me, I know Rye always knows what I can do. Like I can be missing shots and she'll just be like, keep shooting. Like, I don't care. Like, keep doing your thing. So I know for me, like having Ryan as my running partner on the wing, I mean, it's definitely a big confidence booster and I wouldn't want to do it anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same, vice versa. I know like we had very few games where we both played well. You know, I'm just going to be 100% honest, but I knew that if I was having a rough game, I knew that Allisha was going to be there having a good game. Like there's not many games where both of us have bad games. But having her on the other wing is just great because like she said, I know what she can do. I know what she's capable of. And so I'm always going to look for her. I'm always going to, you know, put the confidence in her to go and get a bucket and, you know, not put herself first. But it just takes the pressure off of everybody else when, you know, she's playing the way that she played tonight.
Yep, just right here, Ryan. For you first, just Coach Wright talked about the adversity that you all overcame. Just be working with her and just the vibe that she brings. How have you seen and just had the relationship with Coach Wright? You first, Ryan, and then you, AG, on your thoughts of just working with Coach Wright.
I mean, she's a player's coach. You know, she's been in this league. She's had success in this league, so we trust her. We imagine that she knows what she's talking about a little bit, even if we may disagree sometimes. But, you know, she always wants to have conversation. You know, nothing's ever a back and forth with her. So if she wants to ask us something, she's open to hearing what we have to say. And that just makes it way easier to play for her because we know, like, if she sees something, that we'll listen. If we see something, she'll listen.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Allisha. Congrats on your season. Even though it didn't go your way tonight, this offseason, you both are unrivaled. You will be seeing Stewie again this offseason. How much are you looking forward to that? And also, you know, getting your payback in your own way down in Miami.
I wouldn't say it's payback. I mean, I'm just blessed that she sees me as one of the top players in the league and invite me to join her league, her and Fee. So, I mean, I'm just thankful. I mean, for me, I'm just looking to go and have fun and enjoy the experience. Like I'm not going there with a vengeance of payback because that could be my teammate as well. So, I mean, the biggest thing is just I'm just thankful that her and Fee like see me as one of the top players in the league and give me that invitation to go play Unrivaled.
I mean, I think the payback might be her trying to get that block back. But I mean, like she said, we're just going to have fun. Being considered a top player in the league by one of the top players in the league is always something special and always a boost of confidence. But it's great what her and Fee are doing and, you know, just having that outlet, an extra outlet for W players to be able to stay in the country and make money and still stay in shape.
We'll finish up with one in Atlanta. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Hey, thank you. Ryan and Allisha, this year's been one of the topsy-turvy year from injuries, but to All-Star game to Olympics. Just tell me in a word or a phrase, how would you describe this year?
Olympics.
You playing a All-Star?
It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, All-Star was great. It was really nice. Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
That's your word for the whole season?
Oh, for the whole season, I would say challenging because, like I said, we had to overcome a lot, but it's just the fact that we're able to put our head down and like overcome the challenges. But it wasn't easy, but it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster, but being with this group made every minute worthwhile. So it is definitely some things that I would go back and change as far as like our time spent together, but I wouldn't change who went through the fire with me at all.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
These back, ma'am?